Wisdom Whispers 22. Was Bole really good at managing horses? Bole is the most famous horse trainer in Chinese history. His name has been passed down for thousands of years, and he is hailed as an expert in understanding and raising horses. But today, we have a question. Was Bole really good at raising horses? His so-called good management of horses. Did it actually help the horses or harm them? Let's go back more than 2,000 years and hear the answer from Zhuangzi. This story might change your understanding of what an expert is, and it might also make you think whether we are treating ourselves, others, and even the world in the same way as Bole did. Long ago, there was a vast grassland where a herd of wild horses lived. They ran into the wind, stepped on frost and snow, drank from the clear river, and when hungry, they would lower their heads to graze. When tired, they would lie down and nap in the sunshine. This was the most natural and happiest life for the horses.
马，皮可以见霜雪，毛可以御风寒。禾草饮水，翘足而入，此马之真性也。
One day, Bole arrived. He was a famous horse trainer who claimed to be an expert in taming horses. When he saw these wild horses, a gleam of excitement flashed in his eyes. He said to the surrounding nobles, "These horses are free, but they are useless. Let me teach them how to become good horses." Bole's first step was to brand the horses with a red-hot iron. The horses screamed in pain and tried to escape, but they were firmly held down. Many horses could not endure the pain and collapsed. Just from this step alone, 2 or 3 out of every 10 horses died. Next, Bole put bridles and saddles on the horses and confined them in narrow stables. The horses resisted desperately, but their strength was no match for humans. After that, he made the horses hungry and thirsty, saying, "This is to make them obedient, to make them run according to commands." He trained the horses to gallop for long periods on the vast grassland, building their endurance. Finally, Bole began to train the horses to line up neatly. He restrained them with bits and reins in front, and whipped and beat them from behind. The horses had no choice but to act according to his demands. But this kind of training caused even more horses to collapse. By this point, the death rate of the horses had exceeded half. The old men on the grassland, witnessing this scene, shook their heads and sighed. Your so-called usefulness is nothing but the loss of the horses' true nature. They were once free creatures, but now they have become your tools. Zhuangzi, upon hearing this story, lamented, Bole's so-called good management is, in fact, the greatest destruction. The true nature of horses is to run freely, to graze and drink water, and to rest with their legs upraised. Yet Bole forcibly changed them with bridles, saddles, and whips. Zhuangzi further said, "It's not just with horses that humans often do this. Potters forcefully press soft clay into circles or squares, and carpenters bend curved wood straight, all just to meet so-called standards. But do clay and wood really want to be transformed like this? Is their nature to become perfect pottery or furniture? Obviously not." In the same way, those so-called sages use morality, rituals, and music to regulate people's behavior. It seems like they are trying to govern the world, but in reality, they cause people to lose their authentic state. People start to argue over these rules, and society becomes complicated and chaotic.
夫残仆以为器， 工匠之罪也。毁道德以为仁义，圣人之过也。
Zhuangzi's philosophy offers profound insights for modern society. Are we also treating ourselves, others, and even the world in the same way as Bole did? Let's pause and reflect on a few questions. 1. Have you ever changed your true self to meet the standards of society? 2. Are we using too many rules and desires to restrict the freedom of ourselves and others? 3. If one day you could run freely like a wild horse, what kind of life would you choose? Perhaps true happiness is not about being bound by rules and desires, but about returning to nature and staying true to ourselves. Like those wild horses, they don't need to be useful horses. They just need to be themselves. If you enjoyed this story, please share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Bole was truly good at managing horses? Should we respect nature and authenticity more? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with more friends. Let's think together about how to find our own freedom in this complex world. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.